All right, so here I had a 2018 Honda Civic with the 1.5 liter engine, and it had these codes P04F0, P145D, and this applies only to Civics with the 1.5 liter engine or any of those engines, because with the 1.5 liter engine, it has a turbo, and if it has a 2.0, it doesn't have one unless it's a newer model. You might also have some of these codes P04DF, P04F1, or P0441. All of them basically pertain to the purge valve and its operation. And the only reason I'm making this video is because there's no information on how to test the purge valves, specifically on the 1.5s, again, because it is the turbo, and explain how they work. When people usually show these codes, they just show, oh, it's a bad purge valve and let's just replace them. But I'm going to explain how they work, all right, to the best of my ability. So like I said, if it's a 1.5, the purge valve design is totally different than the 2.0 without a turbo. Because it does have a turbo, the purge needs to have a way to purge those fumes when the turbo is being activated, because there is no vacuum being produced. So on this one, you have two nipples. Each of them is a one-way check valve to allow fumes to go into the intake. And at the bottom here is the line that goes that comes from the fuel tank. That's where it gets its vapors. Okay, so it has three lines, and this is basically a schematic of what it looks like. It's held in by two 10mm bolts, and the connector, it's pretty simple to take off, plus the three tubes. So to explain it, the line towards the top is the line that goes to the intake. The line towards the bottom is the line that goes to the turbo. And then the line here at the right, that is the line that comes from the fuel tank. All right. Now I'm going to explain how this works, because there's no really good information that really says how it works. But I'm going to try to the best of my ability to try to help understand how it works, so you can test it out to see if it's bad. Because usually with these codes, what they want you to do is they want you to check if there's any restrictions in the lines that go to the purge valve, or if there's any cut lines, any leaks, stuff like that. But I feel like a lot of times it is just a bad purge valve, whether it's the solenoid that failed or one of the one-way valves. And this code specifically, the P04F0, pertains to the to a fault on the purge valve, but on the side of the turbo. So this is the schematic for the purge, or the EVAP system. All right, and here where we have our purge valve, like I said, it does have three lines. One coming from the fuel tank. There's one line called the boost pressure side, and the other side called a negative pressure side. All right, and those goes towards the intake and the turbo. And as you can see, it says that it has non-return valves. All right, so like I said, this bottom one is the boost, the top one is the negative. And basically what happens is these valves only allow pressure to flow one way, and then when there's pressure coming back, it doesn't allow the pressure to come back. All right, because you don't want pressure coming back and going into the fuel tank when the purge is being operated. So they are only allowed to purge fumes, and they don't allow boost pressure or anything to come in. All right, so when the car is idling and inside of the intake there is a vacuum being produced, the purge will be duty controlled on, and there will be fumes coming out of the negative side of it, and the boost side will stay closed. And the reason there's no vacuum being produced on that side is because that side is the turbo side. So as the car is idling and there's a vacuum on the intake side, and it's pulling those fumes from the purge valve from the fuel tank, the fuel tank pressure sensor will see that there is a change in fuel tank pressure, because the purge valve is being open and it's being sucked in by the intake. And that's how I know that side of the purge valve is good. All right, as far as the other side, so this bottom side is a little more complicated. This side is activated when there is pressure, or when the turbo is building boost. And I'm guessing that it's causing vacuum to, it's basically pulling the fumes by the Venturi effect. This bottom line here, I'm guessing what's happening is because boost pressure is being created and there's air passing by through that bottom valve, it's causing a Venturi effect. It's causing vacuum to be pulled, or it's causing vacuum on the purge line, the boost pressure side, or the non-return valve B. All right, so I'm guessing that's how it's causing or allowing fumes from the fuel tank to be pulled into the intake. All right. And basically the same thing. What it's doing is, when this is happening at higher RPMs, when the boost is being created, the computer is monitoring the fuel tank pressure sensor and seeing if there's any changes in pressure. If there's no changes in pressure, then that means there's something wrong with that side of it. And this might code, specifically P04F0, pertain to that side, the boost side, that is not, it wasn't seeing any pressure changes when the turbo was activated and the purge valve was activated. The fuel tank pressure sensor was staying the same even though it was being activated on. All right. So that's basically what my code meant. Now, this graph basically explains what each of those lines is supposed to do. All right. And it's a very good graph. So on the left here, what you got is how much purge is supposed to be coming out. And at the bottom here is basically the boost pressure, or, vacuum. So on the negative side, that negative line, there is a lot of purge flow when the car is idling or producing vacuum. All right. And then as soon as the boost pressure starts to creep up to 0, on that negative line, the purge starts to go all the way down, meaning it's not purging anymore. And it means that the other line, when there is boost being created, and there's more boost pressure, that's when it's turn to start purging. All right. I hope I make myself clear. It's kind of I didn't get it at first, but it's actually very simple. All right. So they both kind of intertwine a little bit. They both purge a little bit at the same time, but they kind of switch off. All right. When one is purging, the other one is not purging, basically what I'm trying to say. And that's basically all due to the turbo. All right. When the turbo is starting to activate, there's no more vacuum, and then they have to find a different way to purge from the other side when the turbo is being activated. All right. So that's how the purge valve works. Now to test it. To test it is actually very simple. Okay, but like I said, because of how it works, you still have to understand how the purge valve works to test it correctly. So here, what it says, basically what you want to do is you want to hook up a vacuum and pressure pump to test the valves. All right. So here we got our little this little A here. This is our vacuum pump valve. I have a Mighty Vac one, which is actually very good because it produces vacuum and it produces pressure, and you actually need both of them for this specific valve. All right. So here's just another picture of what they're trying to show what to do. This is the boost side where you want to disconnect, and as you can see here, this is what I actually did. I disconnected the boost side, connected my Mighty Vac pump, and I did a vacuum and pressure test. So here's what it looks like. Here, as you can see, there's a pressure side of it, and there's also a vacuum side of it. So this is a really good tool that you're gonna need. Also, you're gonna need a scan tool to actually get the purge valve to activate. So you go to actuation test, you go to EVAP test, you go to test of solenoid, and then right there you're gonna find PCS, or I think it means purge control solenoid, something like that, and that's what you're gonna use to test it. All right, to turn on the purge valve. So first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna connect your pressure tester, put a vacuum on the purge, and turn on your purge valve. All right. If you turn on your purge valve and the pressure stays the same, and you for sure know that the purge valve turned on, then that means you have a bad purge valve. That one-way check valve, either the one-way check valve failed and it's stuck closed, or the solenoid did not turn on. All right. And you want to check both sides, the boost side and the intake side. I checked the boost side because, again, the code pertains to the boost side. But it's best practice to just check both of them. All right. So put vacuum on them. You can do one at each time because, like I said, there are one-way check valves. So while you're checking one side, the other side should stay closed, theoretically. Okay. Now, if both of those valves passed the vacuum test, now they want you to do a pressure test, meaning they want you to basically hook it up the same way, but this time put pressure on them. And what you want to see is you want to put pressure on them, turn on the solenoid, and you want to see that the pressure stays. All right. Unlike the vacuum, where if it's a good solenoid and the vacuum depletes, that means it's good. But for the pressure, if the pressure stays the same, that means it's good. If the pressure depletes, that means it's bad. So basically, it's the opposite of the vacuum test. And the reason that it's bad is because, like I said, they're one-way check valves. They're supposed to prevent pressure from going inside of the valves. All right. So like I said, you want the pressure to stay the same even after the solenoid is being turned on. All right. So that's the way to check the purge valve. I'm not sure. I don't think I'm leaving anything out. It's pretty simple. You just need the right tools, and to understand basically how the system works. Like I said, these codes also say you also want to check that the line coming from the fuel tank, that is also not plugged up, not ripped. Any leaks in any of the lines, check for all that. But like I said, most of the time it is just a bad purge valve. This is the wiring diagram for the purge valve also. Now it's pretty easy to test. Basically what I did is, with my scan tool, every time I activate it on, I put my hand on the purge valve and I could feel it, I could hear it activated on, and that basically told me enough that it was working. But also you could, disconnect the connector from the purge valve, hook up a test light, activate it with your scan tool. That's another great way to test everything electronically. And like I said, it worked for me, but the code was more pertaining to incorrect purge flow. So yeah, hopefully this helps you out. If you have any questions, just let me know. I'll try to answer them as soon as possible. And so yeah, hopefully this helps you out.